planting process with scarring the roots, and we're going to show how we're going to plant that and shake that and prune the tree. So this plant has been in the container for 14 months, and it's very important that we show you how this starts. We're going to pull this tree out of the pot. Every tree you pull out of the pot is a little bit different. When we see a plant like this, it does not need to be scarred up very much. We just want to break it up very, very slightly to keep the roots from going around in a circle. This plant does not require very much at all. Okay? We're not going to break this tree up. This tree is sitting here. It is ready to plant. Okay? Now we're going to go to a 5-gallon plant. I'm going to reach over and grab a 5-gallon plant. This plant has been in the pot for about 18 months. This plant right here has a lot more tighter root system, okay? So we're going to have to scar this. We're going to scar it about 1.5 inches deep, and we're going to serrate it. We're going to come through here, put vertical lines in it about every 3 inches. We want to cut these roots, so every time there's a cut, the roots will go out to the outside of the hole that we're going to plant this tree in. Okay? We're not going to take this tree and try to loosen it all up, but we are going to shake it a few times and just get any of the loose bark just minimally to get the roots out. Okay? This man's going to show us how to plant these trees. Both these trees are ready to go out in the field. Okay, we're going to treat it. The dollar Christmas tree is going to have a hole for a 2-gallon size tree. This ground has been worked up. We drill all the holes by hand. Very important, we do not plant these trees too deep. We want to plant these trees at the crown right here. And then the loose dirt can come up maximum of 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So we come down, make sure that we have material underneath that, loose dirt, loose soil, all the way around the plant. We're going to take this tree, we're going to pack this tree in around the sides. Very important, there's no air pockets. We're going to come in here, we're going to pack it in. We're going to make sure there's a maximum of 1/2 to 1 inch dirt on top of the bark so the sun does not wick the moisture out. There's a 2-gallon hoop-sized spruce from Sester Farms, planted correctly. There's a 5-gallon Fat Albert. We're going to dig a hole. It's going to be for a 5-gallon 2430. Very important we don't plant any trees too deep. We're going to take this plant, we've got loose soil on the bottom. We take this, we're going to have loose dirt all the way around this plant. Take the plant, we'll pack this in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you a staking process. We do not recommend the staking process right away after we plant these plants. After these trees are rooted in the soil and watered in, we recommend coming back and staking them. So imagine a time of 3 to 6 months, and Ruben's going to show us how to stake this plant. Sorry, I'm going to stake them. Okay, he wants to put the stake on the side that he's pulling the tree up to, not on the downhill side. The plant, the grafted plant wants to go to one side, you want to pull up to it. He wants to see the stake down about a foot. I'm going to use this to pound it down. This stake, most of the time, is down below the pot depth. The pot is this deep, the stake is down a couple inches below that. The Max Tapener is using. Going to put 2 ties at the bottom just to be sure. The tree doesn't want to come over that easy. He's going to hand tie it with the tape there. He only wants to tie this at the bottom, not the top, so we're going to be able to have a full whirl push later on there. Now, at the same time we stake this tree, we're also going to want to prune it. This is not at the time of planting. So understand, for the sake of ease here, we're doing the planting, we're doing the staking and the pruning all together in this video. This right here is a situation where we'll want to wait for the new tree to root in 3 to 6 months. We're going to come back, we're going to stake it, and we're going to prune this tree. We're pruning 2 ways here. We're pruning for shape, not for fullness. Some plants, as a Fat Albert, we don't have to worry about fullness on this plant. In some situations, we're actually pruning to be able to thin the plant out. The different variety, many times we are pruning for thickening the plant, filling it out. But here we're just initially getting some shape on this plant. Now this plant is shaped. Next year, we may have to selectively prune out some of the growth that will be going the wrong direction because of the way the fruit will push after it's been sheared. But this plant is shaped properly. We're going to take the tag off this tree. We're going to make sure a year later we've removed all of these ties so there's no girdling. And if it needs new ties, we'll put brand new ties on. Okay, now we're going to do a 2 gallon. Same, we're going to put it on the uphill side. We're going to pull over to the tree always. We're going to slightly put it on a compound angle. Thank you. We're going to go below the root depth of the original container. As you see, this tree had a tie on it before, a little green tie last time. Whether it's green or white, we're going to take that off because we don't want to see any girdling here whatsoever. We don't want to leave any old ties on. Every year we want to put a new tie on until we don't need it on there. Now it's very obvious that this plant right here does not need anything but maybe one little branch pruned right here. I'm sitting here, I'm pruning symmetrically, drawing imaginary lines between the top of the leader and all the way down. I'm drawing imaginary lines and I'm saying this was the only branch here that extended past that. So I'm going to cut it back to the buds, and so I'm going to be able to have some branching next year when this thing pushes. That's the proper way that we recommend at Sester Farm for this tree plant. Prune these things.